Hello, my name's Martin and today we're going to run through how to be OD at Lee and Lowton Sailing Club. There's been a few changes this year, so it's worth watching even if you've done it before. First things, you need the key to the OD box. Then once you've let yourself in, turn everything on. There's a couple of power switches behind the monitor here, and you want to turn the computer on down here on the right hand side. VHF radios are kept up here, and you'll want one of these so that you can communicate with the ribs. If you're not sure what course to set, then there's a book in the OD box that has some suggested courses in it based on wind direction and strength. So here's our course. Dambuoy and outer is the start line, P94 or to port, and then through the line. We don't need a number of laps because we will sound the shortened course signal at the end. Because today's Sunday, there's two starts, asymmetrics and handicap, and the A flag on the left, the blue and white flag, indicates to the asymmetrics that they will be doing a windward leeward course. So this means that they do the first mark as normal, P to port, and then their leeward mark is A, and that will also be to port because 4 is to port. So now we just need to turn the cards around so that they face outwards. So here's the race timer. It's fairly straightforward. When you turn it on, if it says stop, you start, then press the start button. You can now use these up and down arrows to change the number of starts between 1 and 3. So on a Saturday and a Wednesday it'll be 1 start, and because today's a Sunday it's 2 starts. So you can see it's 15 minutes until the first start and 20 minutes till the second start. So that's because we've got the rigging signal set. If you wanted to do back-to-back races, you can press the no rigging and it will get rid of the rigging signal and show the 5 and 10 minutes to each start. But let's have the rigging signal. So that's all the setup done. When it's 15 minutes before the scheduled start, all we need to do is press the start button and then press it again. And the 2 hoots indicate the rigging signal. As you can see, it's counting down and it's counting in seconds now. It's no longer in hundredth of a minute. Fast forward until there's 5 minutes before the race and the 5-minute warning signal will go off automatically, as will all the other signals, and you can just wait until the start. So there's 20 seconds to go till the first start, and in the last few seconds the box will beep to highlight that the race is about to start. If it's a clean start, we don't need to do anything else. However, if there's a single recall, we need to press this button here, which will give a single sound signal, and then once the boats have gone back, we press the button again. So as you can see, we're now counting up with 30 seconds into the race, and it's just over 4 minutes until the second start. There's 20 seconds to go until the second start, the handicap start, and we're coming up to 5 minutes since the first start, the asymmetric start. So once again, if it's a clean start, I don't need to do anything. However, this time we're going to do a general recall. So I press the general recall button and there's 2 sound signals to the sailors. The time has gone back to 7 minutes, so 1 minute after the start there will be a sound signal to indicate that the general recall flag has been lowered, and then a minute later we will have the 5-minute gun. So there'll be a 7-minute delay between the first attempt at the start and the second attempt at the start. So this time they're away cleanly, so we don't need to do anything. So now our 20 seconds are up. The display is showing that it's 12 minutes 27 seconds since the start for the first fleet, and that the second fleet started 12 minutes after the first start. So normally it would be 5 minutes, but because we've had a general recall, it's 12 minutes. It's important that we keep a record of this 12 minutes for our results. So now our focus moves on to recording the boats completing their laps. So here's our results recording sheet. I've filled in the date, the fact that it's race 1 today, and the start time for the second fleet was 12 minutes after the first start, taken from the timer. So now we need to record the boats as they complete each lap. Oh, so here comes the first one, 1396, and that's an RS 400. Second round, 728, and that's a 200. Oh, 728's got ahead, and he's completed his second lap, just ahead of 1396. Now 5272 solo has completed his first lap, as has H61, which is the Blaze. Here comes 1396, he's overtaken 728, so they've both now done 3 laps. Oh, here comes 5500, which is an Optimist. 861 has done his second lap. 1396 now done 4 laps. He's pulled ahead. 5272 has done his second lap, and 861 has completed a third lap. So as you can see, as each boat completes a lap, I write their number in the appropriate column. I don't try and line them up with 1 row per boat. If you try and do that, it works fine with just 3 or 4 boats that are well spread out, but when you get a lot of boats and they're finishing quickly, that process doesn't work. So as you can see, this has formed a picture here. We can see how many laps they've completed so far and in what order the boats went through the line. So we can see that 1396 was the first asymmetric at the end of the first lap, but 728 overtook him, and then 1396 pulled ahead and has now done 4 laps. So now we come to shortening the course for the finish. When to shorten course. Aim for all boats to have finished within 60 minutes of their start. This might require you to shorten course from around 35 minutes. If a slow boat is taking 35 minutes to complete a lap, shorten course so they finish after 1 lap. If in doubt, shorten early, especially on a Wednesday night with a dying breeze. You can shorten course for any boat to cross the finish line first. It doesn't have to be the lead boat. It's normal for slower boats to do fewer laps. Once shortened, all boats shall complete the lap they are currently sailing, so beware of all boats between the last marks and the finish line. Okay, let's look at a few examples. With no other boats between the last mark and the finish line, we should shorten course as the boat rounds the last mark. This allows them to decide which end of the line they wish to cross. You must wait for the 2 boats near the finish line to cross and start their final lap. If you shorten course now, these 2 will expect to finish. Now that the other 2 boats have started their final lap, we can shorten course and still allow the first finisher to use either end of the finish line. As there is only a small gap between the back markers and the leader, we should shorten course now, as otherwise the leader will be too close to the finish line when the other 2 boats have crossed the line. By letting the back markers do another lap, we've left it too late, and the leader is already committed to the less favourable end of the start line and won't thank us for shortening course now. Here we have a common situation where the wind is from the southeast. We've used the dam buoy to set a start line parallel to the wind, however the finish line is not parallel. We need to shorten course now as the back marker rounds the last mark. The back marker is likely to follow the red line if it is doing another lap, and the green line if it is going to finish this lap. If we allow the back marker to follow the red course and we shorten now, the back marker is unfairly forced into the wrong strategy, sailing much further than needed. Hence we need to have shortened course as the back marker rounded the last mark. Now's a good time to shorten course. So what do we need to do? First of all, make 2 sound signals by pressing this button on and off twice. And secondly, turn on the beacon, the flashing light on the outside of the OD box. Remember to turn this off after the race is finished. So there have been some small changes in how the finishing procedure works when there's 2 fleets racing. We don't need to worry about what type of boat it is, whether it was an asymmetric or a handicap. As the boats cross the line, we press the finish boat button and they will get a sound signal. As we can see here, it shows that the first boat finished in 30 minutes and 18 seconds. Here comes the second one, and that finished in 30 minutes 28 seconds. And here's the third boat, 30 minutes and 34 seconds. So as you can see, the most recent finisher is shown at the top and the 2 preceding finishers are shown underneath. This is helpful as several boats finish in quick succession. If we missed a time and want to review them, we can press the review button at the top here, and the bottom line changes and shows the result for the most recent finisher, and we can use the up and down arrows to change that bottom line to show the times for all the finishers. So we can still finish another boat, and the top two lines update with finisher 7 and 6, and I can still keep reviewing the results at the bottom. And if I want to turn that off, I just press review again, and it goes back to showing the 3 most recent finishers. Once all the boats have finished and we've got the times, we can press the stop button. We need to press it twice, and the start button again, and that takes us back to our starting point where we're ready for the next race. So now we're going to look at how you complete the results sheets as the boats finish. So the first boat to finish was 728 with a time of 40 minutes. Second is 1396 in 45 minutes. Third is the Optimist in 49 minutes 50 seconds, etc. So now we've got all our results. We've got the order in which the boats finish and their times. For each boat we need to look at how many laps it's done. So 728 has done 1 lap, 2 lap, 3 lap, so he did 4 laps in total. 1396 did 5 laps in total. 5500, the Optimist, had only done 1 lap before, so he's done 2 in total. It's very important to get the number of laps right, because otherwise the results will be wrong. So we're now ready to put the results in on the computer. So we need to start up the results calculator by clicking on that, and then down here click on the start button. So as you can see at the top, it's race number 1, and over here it's shown that the handicap fleet started 5 minutes after the asymmetrics, which would normally be correct. However, because we had a general recall, we need to change that to 12 minutes. Then we just type in the sail numbers and results for each boat. So 728 was the first finisher, and the computer knows who they are, and it knows that they were in the asymmetric fleet. 4 laps, and took exactly 40 minutes. You can now put the second one in, etc. If you put a sail number in that the computer doesn't recognise, like this, then nothing will pop up and you will need to fill in these boxes. This often happens if you've actually put the wrong sail number in. If we put a sail number in where there's more than one boat with that sail number, which often happens with lasers where they sail with different size rigs, then there will be a pop-up here showing laser radial laser, and if it's one of those you just click it, and if it's not you click other. So as you can see, I've now entered all the results, and they're in the order here in which they finished. So I can click sort results, and it will sort them into order based on their handicaps, so on their corrected times here. So we can see that the RS400 was the winner of the asymmetric fleet, and the Optimist, although he only did 2 laps, beat the adults in the handicap fleet. Don't forget to add in anyone that was on duty, in which case you put OD here. Right, so I'm happy with these results, so I'm just going to check them and print them and save them. There's a warning message here to say I've only got 1 person on duty, but that's correct because the people in the rescue boat are not racers. So I click no, and as it says, please leave your results sheets in the tray next to the printer. And that's it, it's printed the results. It's also removed the race number at the top so that you don't forget to change it, and if you decide that you want to make some amends, then you can do. If we're ready to put in the results for the next race, click the new race button, confirm that, and it will remove the finish times and list the boats in boat number sequence so that they're easy to find when you're putting in the results for the second race. If having done the results for a second or third race, you want to retrieve the result for the first race, then you can click the reload button, and it will show you the results that you've saved. So I can click that, open that, and I've retrieved my results, and I can change it in whatever way I want, and I can save it again. If there's anyone on duty that you want to give average points to, and you're not sure of their sail number, you can click on the Sailors tab here, and they're listed in name order, so you can find their sail number, and then go back to the results, and you can type their sail number in here, and give them average points. At the end of the day, once you've put all the results in, you can click the shutdown button. If you're running an open meeting and you want to see the results for the whole series, we just need to minimize this so we can see the desktop again, and then click on this results leaderboard icon, and it will show you the overall results for the series, showing we've sailed 2 races, no discards, 2 to count, and this will update as you put the results in for all the races. If there are no results sheets and you want to print some more, then click on the Forms button, Race Recording sheet at the top there, and you can print some more race results sheets off. So now we've finished all our results for the day, we can put our results sheet in the tray here, and that's just in case there's any queries regarding the results. Take the printed results and put them on the notice board downstairs. Turn everything off at the switches here, put your radio back in the cupboard, put all the course boards back as you found them, ready for the next person, and don't forget to look up on your way out